Hello everyone, and welcome to JumperManTech, where we specialize in HVAC but do everything DIY. And today we have a service call for 2 ice machines. I was here on a previous visit and noticed there are no water filters. So today we're going to be repiping this, installing 2 anti-siphon vacuum breakers and 2 water filter housings. Thank you to everyone tuning in to JumperManTech. So in my previous visit, I got this one running and we found this one with missing parts. And what happened on this one was we had a missing water valve and we had wires disconnected. I put it together and found this thing with a ton of problems, so they actually decided to replace this one, and I don't blame them. So this one's going to be replaced, but we're going to set up the anti-siphon valve and the water filter for it and prep it for the new unit. And for this one we're going to be doing the same. It is up and running. So in my last visit, here's the water, here's the main water pipe. This one tees off to feed this machine, and this one tees off to feed this machine. But if you look at it, not only does it look like crap, there's no water filter. That's crazy. They say that the water is filtered coming into the building, but they change that once a year. I still wouldn't want this ice. All right, so my idea for this one is to come out, elbow up, go into the anti-siphon vacuum breaker, and then come back on this wall and install this here. And it's gonna come out and eventually make its way into there. My only issue is to pipe in this one for this side. I would like to go there, go up and put it on that wall so it's easy to get to. But the problem is making its way back. The piping is going to be a bit crazy. It's going to go in. Let's just try to imagine this for a second. It's going to come out, go up, anti-siphon vacuum breaker, go in right here. It's going to look nice, but then it has to come out and then elbow back, come back down, and then we gotta run a pipe all the way across here with like no support and make our way back in here. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this whole thing. I'm gonna junk that. So I think we gotta go with a different route. I think we should come out, elbow up, stay away from that condenser so we can avoid that heat. Come up, anti-siphon vacuum breaker, put the filter here, come back out with the elbow down a little bit and go straight into here. This is the water inlet connection. We'll just get rid of this whole thing. We don't need all that. I think that would be the best thing. So we'll put it one here and the other one here. I think I'm gonna go with that route. I think that's the best option. Just being above here, I think we're fine. We're like away from the condenser. I think we'll be all right. I also want to keep in mind to change this, I want them to be comfortable. So as of right now, I'm standing on this unit. There's a good base here, all right? There is a good base here on this platform, so I could easily be in this corner, change this one here and this one here. I prefer it over there, but the piping is going to look so crazy, and we're not going to have like good support, and I'm not going to add ceiling supports for all this. This is a simple setup. I think the way I explained it is going to be well. I could easily get here, easily change this, and easily change this, no problem. So the fun begin. Alright, so I got a bunch of things in here. Got a bunch of fittings, elbows, couplings, male pipe adapters. I want to start by prepping everything. So I want to put the Teflon tape on the male pipe adapters and tighten them onto these anti-siphon vacuum breaker valves. This prevents contamination and backflow. I got brackets for the water filters. I just want to prep everything and set everything up and just figure out exactly how I'm going to place everything. I want to try to make this as neat as possible. Alright, so these are male pipe adapters. These are going to screw into this side and this side, the inlet and outlet of this valve. Just looking at these instructions real quick. So it's saying these have to be installed upright, and we should be above 6 inches into the water inlet, which is up here. So we're gonna go up into the valve, out of the valve, into the filter, and then out of the filter, back down, and then in. That seems to be a good way to install this. This water filter housing is 1/2 inch, and it also has a female port here. So we're gonna put Teflon tape around here, and we're gonna prep both water filters, and we're gonna prep both valves. So Teflon, and we're gonna screw them in, have that all prepped. Then we're gonna figure out where we're gonna place everything, and then we can install all our pipe. So let's go ahead and get started with that. What's good, you could use regular PTFE tape or mega tape. I personally like this because it's good for gas and water lines. It is a bit big. Let's see if it's too much. I don't want to make it neat. Could also use this regular Teflon tape, but either one will do. I just personally love this tape. It's just freaking cool, man. There's a certain way to apply this Teflon tape. You're gonna always go righty-tighty to screw it in, correct? So you're gonna wanna apply your Teflon tape. You want it to go uniform with that. This will be an example. You want it to go this way. So as you tighten, the Teflon tape is gonna go in the correct direction, because if you go the other way, as you tighten, it's actually going to remove the tape, and you're gonna have a problem. So keep in mind which direction you're applying this tape. Let's go ahead and prep all these fittings. Yeah, got a few of these prepped. We're just simply gonna tighten this on here. Use the wrenches. Put another one here. Use the wrenches. And yes, I am using a press tool today to make life easier. Tighten that down. Then we're also gonna do the same thing for here. Get everything started, everything prepped. The less time we spend in that space, the better. All right, everything is nice and prepped. So for these, also just keep in mind, always follow direction with this. In through here, out through there, as it's clearly labeled. Yours might be a little different, but pay attention if there's an arrow or if it's written. And as far as these, once again, these have to be installed upright, and the water inlet is through the bottom. In, out. Also got a bracket. I like these because it's like the metal bracket. I've seen these filters with like the plastic bracket attached to this. I personally just don't like that. Let's go ahead, drop this in, and drop 4 screws in here, and like that we'll be able to mount it to the wall, have a bit of support through that. All right, the machine is now off. Let's close this water valve and hope it holds. There's a female adapter there. What I'm gonna do is put in this male adapter, tight it in here, and that's how we're gonna take off from here. I don't wanna unsolder anything. I'm gonna try to use everything pressed. I'm not trying to light a torch today. We're gonna replace this. I'm not a fan of these compression fittings for this water line. It's a bit hard to work in here, but I could reach it. Let's go ahead and just start by cutting this line. I did replace the water valve, solenoid water valve, fill valve, whatever you want to call it, for this unit, so I know that this line actually holds, which is good. I don't like how there's no support here. I'm gonna try to add support to these pipes, because this thing is just shaking here, man. Not a fan. Okay, that's that. And then I'm gonna bend this a little and cut this out of the way as well. We're gonna get rid of this. Do this carefully because I'm not trying to drop my pipe cutter down there and jump down. All right, and we're out. And from here, let's hold back on here and remove this. Be careful, you don't break these pipes. This thing has no support whatsoever. I see it shaking just in the wall. Okay. That is out. And we're gonna install ours. I'll try to clean this a little. Alright. What you could do as well is put some pipe dope, pro dope, on top of this tape, but honestly, I never have a problem. Okay. Let's start this up. Now we can hold back and tighten it. That looks nice and clean. I am going to do the same for this one. Let's cut this, unscrew that fitting, and get this started. We're not gonna fully pipe in this one, we're just gonna have it prepped because we're gonna be replacing that unit. So definitely stay tuned for that. That's gonna be a fun one. Alright, that's out of the way. It would be nice if I could use one filter and everything to set this up, but I don't want to mess with this. I don't have that much space. I'm just gonna have to have it separately, and that's fine. Let's set this up. Let's tighten the new one in. Just make sure we got a good grip on this, not break this pipe. Gotta figure out how to do a good support on here. I wish I started it from the beginning. I'll be able to get everything proper. It'll just be a little bit easier, just so like the depth from the wall might be a little different. I also want to get rid of this. I don't want to use that compression fitting. This also looks like 1/2 inch, so I should have that. Let's get rid of this thing. No reason to use that. This thing is done. Yeah, that's 1/2 inch. So what I can do is make sure that's a bit clean. We can put one of these in over here as well. Get that prepped. Pretty much just redo this water line. Also, let's not go too crazy here. This actually might be a plastic fitting too. You don't want to crack it. Just a little bit more than snug. We should be good. Alright, let's build this out. I think another thing that will be good is maybe to mount this first. So then we find out each point we need to connect here to here and then the other side. So I think we gotta put all our placements in and then figure out how we can actually pipe this in together so it's all gonna fit. Alright guys, it's kind of what it's looking like. So it coming out, it's upright, comes out, and they said they want at least 6 inches above the unit. Totally got that. Comes out, in, follow the directions. We mounted this here with some washers, comes out and then back in. So that's pretty much the setup there. I just dry fitted everything. We're gonna sand the pipe a little bit, slightly, and deburr the tubing inside and out, and then we can use the press tool, and yeah, it's a nice box. The other one, well, Christian runs and go gets some more washers. This one's gonna come out here. up, elbow out. We're gonna put another filter right here. And then from here, we'll figure out the rest. But we're just gonna leave that one just open. So when the new ice machine comes in, we'll finish the piping, but I wanna at least mount the valve and the filter housing. So from here, just gonna prep all the straight pipe. Just be a little careful with that. I am going to sand the edge a bit and deburr the inside and the outside. If anyone is interested in any of the tools that I'm using today, there's going to be a link in this video's description for not only the products but the tools. So let's go ahead and get this started and zip this thing up. I got the Milwaukee press tool, and this thing is a beast. All right, so this is sold separately, but this is a special wrench to open these. You don't want to use a pipe wrench or anything like that. So let's go ahead and let's set this up right there. Loosened it up. Let's get the paper out and get the filter inside. Then we can do everything in one shot. All right, here's the filter, using gloves because people will be drinking this. Okay, so there's like a little opening here and there's an opening there. You just want to fit that in there and just match it up inside there. And guys, don't tighten this with all your strength. It is seriously not necessary. You can seriously just like, you could even do this with your hand. Just snug it and you're good, guys. So people tighten this so much, you can't even open this thing in the future. Right there, little snug. And that's how it is. If you want to change this in the future, close the valve, press the button up here if you have it, and it's gonna like release a little bit of pressure, water, and then just, or even if it doesn't have that, it's fine. And just open this up. Have a bucket underneath for the water that comes out. Open it up, take the filter out, put it in, and screw it back. Super easy, super easy. So now that we got all this together, let's bring out the big boy. Finish this up. All right, this one is kind of at an angle. I think we're good. If anything, I'm gonna have to unspin it and then make the connection and then spin it back on with the pipe, but make sure that's in there. Let's do it. I'm going for it. That looks good. All right. Okay. Let's see, can I get this one before I do it? Yeah, we should be good. Oh, should be good. Okay. Let's continue. Make sure the pipe is in all the way and it's centered. Make sure the pipe is all the way in every time you do this, if you got one of these. If not, you gotta solder, and I feel bad for you, my brother. I enjoy soldering, but man, if I could do this and get away with it and avoid a lot of leaks, I'm all for it. And there's no way you're gonna solder all this in this lightning speed that I'm doing this. This thing is amazing. And it's done. Y'all can't beat that. Man, that is awesome. All right, let's check for leaks. Should be good. Cracking the water open. Man, that's absolutely amazing. Sheesh, man. That is beautiful. Gosh, I love this tool, man. Recommend it for anybody. That thing is a couple grand. I got the kit up to 2 inches. I think it was about $4,300. It's a lot of money, but if you got some good jobs, you're gonna make that money back fast. And it just makes life so much easier, so much easier. This thing's come in handy so many times, and it saved me in a really bad situation. I cut a pipe and that valve wasn't holding. So what I did was I ran and I had already a valve with me in case I had an issue. Valve was spewing out, and I was able to install a press valve on. I pressed it on and shot it closed. It's beautiful because you can make connections with water running. As you guys know, if you guys are soldering or brazing and there's water or something in the lines, man, you're done. You're gonna be there all day on one fitting. With this, zip it and you out of here. All right, so I think I'm about going this way, up and around. Might have been a better idea if I did that one first along the wall, but doesn't matter. As far as support, it's actually pretty supported here. We got the support through this. Got a little bit of support through here, through the tile, and we got a nice major support here, and there's really not much pipe. I think we're okay over there. As far as this, I want to mount this one right here, something with the same height. So mark the holes there. Unless you have a special diamond bit, you cannot drill into tile. I do have it just in case. This is not your regular bit. This is a diamond max bit, and this is used for like different kinds of tiles. But if you don't have one, you can drill, like I did this one, in between the seams. Like, so you gotta be a little careful with that. Okay, let's get this started. Using anchors for that. As far as the screws, you would need a washer. It doesn't come with one, so you need a washer, and then you push this through and tighten it. I want this in place so I can size up my pipes, so I know exactly what I need. Let's get this in there. All right, this is mounted on the same line as this. We're gonna go from here, elbow up into the valve, and then in here, and from here I might just do a little elbow, and that's about it for the day as far as that one. Let me go ahead and prep out this pipe. All right, guys. That's gonna be this setup right here. Man, this looks official. Only thing I'm not gonna leave, I just kind of put this together. I'm gonna leave it like this, just because we don't know where the new ice machine is gonna be. They might get a different style, different size. That's not determined yet, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. This is just there for show, just to get an idea of what it would look like. But it's gonna go this way and somehow enter the new unit. So let me just finish by prepping, do a little bit of sanding on the outside of the pipes very lightly, and deburr the inside and outside of the pipe as well. And let's press this thing up. This looks official. Okay, so my machine cannot make this connection here. I just can't fit it. The machine is too long in either direction. So I made a little marking. These are just straight pipes. Made a little marking here, so I know exactly where it needs to be made. So I'm just gonna prep each one together just like that. I'm gonna do it outside the box, excuse me, outside the work area, and then move on and continue. And that's lined up. Okay, so I might as well get these done outside, make it a little easier for me. That's that. Alright guys, I don't know how, but this thing moved when I made the connection. It's weird because this lines up. I don't get it, but this is not gonna go. So that's fine, no biggie. I just gotta add a coupling. Just gonna cut this up in the middle. I'm just gonna have to spin it, and I should be able to make that connection fit together. I can't believe that happened. That's so weird because they line up. Well, it is what it is. Life is, it happens. Let's just correct it. Okay, let's get that in. Let's fit this in where it's cut. I got a no slip coupling. All right, now it's fit. Let's get this thing in. One, two. Let's get that. Last one. This guy right here. And we're done, boys. That's a beautiful thing. These, nothing to be done because we're waiting for the new ice machine, and I got the new filter inside just so it's ready. Alright guys, the machine is up and running. Let's take a look at the job. In. This one comes out, up. And we're gonna have to continue that when the new machine comes in. This part is just loose. Nice, this is official. Pipes look so nice and shiny compared to the old ones. It really looks nice. It's definitely a clean job. And we're just gonna have to wait until the new ice machine comes in to finish this up. But this is gonna be a nice setup right here. Alright guys, the machine is back on. Everything's looking good. This water setup is really nice. Alright, well, I guess until next time, we're gonna finish this one up. But everything looks fantastic. If anyone found this video interesting or helpful, please drop a like, comment, and subscribe as I come out with new videos every week. Catch you all next time.